joint appearance on Friday, President Trump introduced you by saying that he plans to, if elected, establish a commission to declassify the remaining documents around your uncle's murder in 1963.
Yeah.
And I think everyone at this point knows the truth, which is the CIA is implicated in that. Those documents protect CIA, maybe among others.
Well, whether they do or not, I mean, it's odd that they've not allowed them to be released.
What could possibly be the explanation?
More than 60 years after my uncle's death, almost 65 years. 62 years after his death. And none of the people who were implicated in that crime are alive now.
Yes.
And the last ones have died off in the last year or two. And so it clearly is to protect the institution.
Yes.
And that's wrong. It's just wrong. And it's wrong for a Democrat and it's wrong for Republicans.
It's just interesting, though, that a bipartisan list of presidents, these 6 decades, have kept those files classified.
Well, you and I have both. I was astonished that Trump didn't declassify them because he promised to during the campaign.
That was Mike Pompeo who did that.
Yeah, and that I talked to President Trump for the first time about that this week. And
what did he say?
He said that Mike Pompeo begged him to. And I don't think I'm telling tales out of school here.
No,
I think he told the same thing to you.
That's
right?
true.
But he said Mike Pompeo called him and said this would be a catastrophe to release these. You need to not do it. And that,
I want to say again, I think Mike Pompeo is a criminal. So that's my view. He's threatened to sue me for saying that, but I hope he will because that's true. But that kind of tells the whole story right there, right? That the CIA is.
Well, yeah. So that's
why would the CIA be trying to keep these files classified if they had nothing to do with the murder?
Yeah, we got to talk about JFK. Because Uncle Trump promised that today, the JFK files will be released. Yes, the long-awaited JFK files are on the way today. At some point in time, they should be released. This is from DJT himself. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of those files. Really, really interesting. Obviously, there have been some folks who have tried to stop Trump from dropping those files. But ultimately, I do think all of the files, the JFK, the Epstein, the MLK, all of these files will be released. Let's dive in.
It came out ahead in the standoff sort of with the New York FBI field office over releasing the records and your Attorney General Pam Bondi demanding them but not getting all that she wanted. Is that process still on track? I think that's one of the most often questions I've been asked the last couple of days, to release these records on Epstein, MLK, and JFK.
Well, Pam Bondi's done a phenomenal job in every respect, and there could have been some holdback. I haven't heard too much about it, but they could. But the bottom line is the records are getting out. The Kennedy records are getting out. Those are the ones I really wanted to see the most, with the Kennedys. And during my administration, as you know, I released a lot of them, but then a lot of people started coming in, people that I respected, people that worked for the administration, asked me not to release the rest. And I respected that. They gave me certain reasons, but I respected that. And I did say, I must tell you, I said that probably wish I did release the whole thing because I have no idea what's in there. But since then they found, and we found 2,000 more documents on Kennedy. And the one they want most is Kennedy, and it's going to be released. It's moving along, and it's moving along pretty rapidly.
Moving along pretty rapidly. Well, apparently it's moved along far enough because just yesterday he came out at the Kennedy Center and made this announcement. Check it out.
So we're at the Kennedy Center. Needs a lot of work. We're going to fix it, make it beautiful. It's a very big part of the fabric of D.C. and the Capitol. We're bringing back the Capitol. We're bringing back our country. But while we're here, I thought it would be appropriate. We are tomorrow announcing and giving all of the Kennedy files. So people have been waiting for decades for this. And I've instructed my people that are responsible, lots of different people, put together by Tulsi Gabbard, and that's going to be released tomorrow. We have a tremendous amount of paper. You've got a lot of reading. I don't believe we're going to redact anything. I said, just don't redact. You can't redact. But we're going to be releasing the JFK files, and that would be tomorrow. Do you have anything else to add to that, Carolyn? So that's a big announcement. They've been waiting for that for decades. Then I said during the campaign I'd do it, and I'm a man of my word. So tomorrow you have the JFK files. What time will they be released? Tomorrow afternoon, okay?
Have you seen what's in the files? Have you read them?
I've heard about them.
Was there,
It's going to be very interesting.
was there an executive summary supplied to you, Mr. President?
No, I'm not doing summaries. You'll write your own summaries. It's many pages. Is it 80,000 pages? Approximately 80,000 pages. So it's a lot of stuff. And you'll make your own determination.
You have criticized President Biden for using AutoPen in the last few days. Have you yourself ever used AutoPen, sir?
Yeah, only for very unimportant papers. And I don't call them unimportant. If you do letters where people write in and, they'd love to have a response, or we'll write responses, and I'll sign them whenever I can. But when I can't, I, would use an AutoPen. But to use them for what they've used them for is terrible.
Yes, sir. And when you signed the CR,
Who are you with?
sir, I'm with NBC News.
That's the same one. I don't want to talk to NBC anymore. I think you're so discredited.
Hey, that's why I love Uncle Trump, man. He don't hold back, bro. He will. If he doesn't rock with you, he's gonna let you know. Yeah. Nah, get out of here, bro. Okay, so Anna Paulina Luna actually posted this. I have received official confirmation from the U.S. National Archives. When the White House releases the JFK files, they will be publicly available at the link below. So the files will be available here later on today. That is going to be exciting to see. Very, very exciting. Also want to read this from In Tribalism and Politics. The unredacted JFK files will be released tomorrow. Tomorrow marks a truly historic moment in American history. If President Trump follows through on this, America will never be the same. I 1000% agree with that. 1000% agree. Because this is something that we have been asking for quite a while, and that is transparency. Transparency. We, the people, have been put in the dark as it pertains to so many things in this country, when in reality, we should know everything about our government, and our government should know very little about us. It should be the other way around, realistically. But that's not the case. Not even close. I mean, these people literally blatantly lied to our faces. I mean, we just experienced it for 4 straight years. Just blatantly lying. Straight to our face. But anyway. No matter who you voted for, this is the standard. Let me fix that. Wait, where was that? No matter who you voted for, this is the standard. We should hold our presidents to complete transparency. In a world that is more connected than ever, openness is the only path forward. Without full transparency, we risk living in a world where powerful forces manipulate narratives and shape history to serve their own interest. And we witnessed that a little bit with mainstream media trying to manipulate narratives as much as they could, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Thanks to Trump being on the scene, because I can almost guarantee you, and you guys can let me know if you feel the same way, had it not been Trump, had that been, Nikki Haley, had that had been Nikki Haley, the media would still have the power that it always had. Mainstream media, that is, would still have the power that they always had. But they knew the people maybe ain't believing it, so social media had to open up a little bit, especially after Elon bought Twitter, and so that really helped out things, and yeah, it was all downhill from there for mainstream media. Now they're still doubling down, and maybe that's their only route, but it's not working. For decades, many of us have pleaded for these files to be released in full. Now, at least it seems that day has arrived. Yet for just as long, nefarious forces have worked tirelessly to keep these records from the public. If these files confirm what many of us have long suspected, that a government agency like the CIA was involved in the assassination of a U.S. president, America will never be the same. While it may seem obvious to those who have followed this story closely, tens of millions of Americans still do not believe the CIA played a role in JFK's assassination. The next few days should be very interesting. I agree. I agree 1000%. And my question to you all is, who do you think did it? When these files are officially released and it shows who actually did it, what government agency possibly, or what foreign force possibly, who do you think did it? Let me know. If it wasn't the CIA, because I know a lot of you guys are going to say the CIA, but if it wasn't, who was it? Let me know. Let me know. I'd be interested to see some of those answers. But also, who was the one that fired those 2 shots? He was hit in the throat, remember? If I remember correctly, he was hit in the throat, and that's when he did one of these numbers, and then he was hit somewhere the temple-ish kind of area after he put his head down, and he kind of looked to the side a little bit. Who fired those 2 shots? I'll tell you who I think fired the second. Well, I think it's between 2 people who fired the second shot. The second shot that, caused his head to snap back, and yeah. I would play the video, but for obvious reasons, I'm not going to. It's pretty graphic. Watching a whole, we're going to keep it PG here, okay? I think the second shot was either the driver, because if you watch the video, the driver, he's driving. Right before the shot hits his head, the driver turns around and he's looking back. He's not looking forward at the road. He turns around and he's looking back at JFK. And that's when the bullet hits. So I think it was either the driver or his wife. That's my guess. That's my guess. The driver or his wife. Because from the angle in the video, I think the wife could have done it. Do I know this with 100% certainty? No. Like I said, I'm just guessing. But I think it's the driver or the wife. Because when his head goes down, it looks like she leans down in front of him a little bit. And she could have been the one holding a gun down in his lap kind of area away from the public view and bow, causing his head to snap back. I don't know. What do y'all think, though? What do y'all think? This is going to be really, really interesting to see all of these files when they come out. But yeah, let's debate a little bit. Let's talk about it. Who do y'all think did it? And who fired the shots? Talk to me. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.